my name is Ryan Lane, and welcome to my review channel. So for today's movie, I will be reviewing Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, directed by Peyton Reed and starring Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas, and Michelle Pfeiffer. Anyway, this film takes place sometime after the events of Avengers Endgame. Evangeline Lilly, playing Hope, is now the head of Pym Industries, and Scott Lang is now a big celebrity because that sort of happens when you help save half of the world from being completely stuck as dust. And in the gap between him being in the quantum realm and everyone being gone, his daughter became a bit of a troublemaker, a activist of sorts, who wants to help people who are being forced out of homeless encampments due to the blip displacing them from their homes. Anyway, so being a tad annoyed at his daughter being in jail and such, they Hank and his wife, played by Paul Rudd and Michelle Pfeiffer respectively, decide to show him the device that his daughter has been working on, which happens to be a device that can literally map the quantum realm. Because teenagers seem to be able to build that nowadays. Okay, sure, cool, why not? Anyway, they turn it on and send a message down to the quantum realm, and through means that are a bit, they end up getting sucked down to the quantum realm, and they have to fight their way out. And on the way out, they have to fight a mysterious figure by the name of Kang, who won't be that mysterious if you've seen the Loki show. But if you're like me and you haven't seen the Loki show, it will be an interesting experience. So this film is very mixed in quality. I'll start off with the acting. Overall, Paul Rudd is game once again as Scott Lang, an ex-con who became an Avenger. He's got charm for days. He's pretty fun. Evangeline Lilly is good as the Wasp too. Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer are great as Hank and Janet respectively. They both give solid performances. But then there's characters like MODOK, and I won't go into spoiler territory, but at one point there's a revelation regarding who this character is, and let's just say it's underwhelming to say the least. And here's the thing, though, and the film also tries to mine some pathos and humor from this character, and it just doesn't work very well at all to begin with. And then there's also characters like there's this group of rebels who are trying to fight against Kang's rule in what feels kind of like a half-baked riff-off of Thor Ragnarok's rebellion subplot, and so that doesn't quite work. However, I will say this. The best performance by far of the film is Kang, played by Jonathan Majors himself. He is really good as a soft-spoken villain who takes a lot of things personally and in a way that you can tell he sincerely feels hurt by, and yet he also does a good job of turning things up to 11 when he wants to get really furious. Good job by the performer, and he does a good job of making the variants distinct. So good there. But then there's also the special effects, which weirdly enough aren't that special. Like most of what you'll see in the quantum realm, you've kind of seen in a boatload of other science fiction movies over the years. Like films that come to mind are films like Tron Legacy and Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. And overall, and even then, on just a technical level, some of the special effects just aren't well done. Like MODOK in particular goes into the uncanny valley pretty hard at one point when it's not that good there. Plus, most of the time you never can escape the feeling that you're watching actors act against a green screen, or rather the volume. And so, yeah, and then there's the writing itself. The writing is fine, I guess. It just, again, it feels very derivative. Like I said, it kind of rips off Thor Ragnarok for its whole rebellion subplot, and then it even rips off Tron Legacy of all movies in terms of plot involving Kang and his plans. So that's not too good either. I will say this: in terms of creativity, the film is at its best when Ant-Man is tasked with acquiring a MacGuffin. Like the concepts and the visuals are probably at their most creative, and to actually seem to take advantage of the fact that the characters are in the quantum realm and not just some generic science fiction setting. So yeah, the creativity comes in spurts, unfortunately, rather than being a consistent whole. So overall, despite having some decent performances, Ant-Man and the Wasp at Quantumania is let down by not so special effects and uneven writing. So with all that in mind, I will be giving Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania 2.5 out of 5 stars. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. If you like this review and would like to see more like it, be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. And for today's comment section prompt of the day, did you like Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania? Why or why not?